What's up, guys? Welcome back. And today we've got something big. UFC pros are lining up with their takes on Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane, and what they are saying might genuinely surprise people. Let's start with someone whose opinion actually holds real weight at heavyweight. Tom Aspinall, the reigning UFC heavyweight champion, is arguably the most credible voice in the entire division right now, and the reason is simple. He holds the actual title. Aspinall made a compelling case that Gane could be the most technically complex opponent Pereira has ever had to stand across from.
He carries a lot of power at light, heavy, and middle, but he's also fighting a lot smaller guys whose punch resistance is a lot less. Yeah. So, in my opinion, a big factor of why he's knocking these guys out is because he's a lot bigger than them. And a guy like Ciryl Gane, who's used to taking punches off big heavyweights, he didn't get hurt off Francis Ngannou for 5 rounds, which is one of the biggest punches in the division. I don't know if his punch resistance will be as good at heavyweight. Also, Alex Pereira is very good when he fights light heavyweights or middleweights who don't move a lot. Okay. Ciryl Gane is a massive heavyweight who moves a lot, moves really well, really fluid on his feet.
Francis Ngannou brings a perspective that a lot of people overlook. He actually fought Gane and beat him for the UFC heavyweight title back in 2022, which puts him in a genuinely rare category of people who know what Gane is like when it matters most.
Pereira, Ciryl Gane, how do you see that match? Does size really matter in heavyweight?
Yes, size matter, but I think Pereira has a decent size for heavyweight. This is a big guy. The fight they might be the same weight.
So what would you say for a guy like Ciryl Gane going up against a hard hitter like Alex Pereira?
This is a good matchup for him. Heavy hand, but stationary, doesn't move as much.
Ciryl Gane's movement is different. It's problematic.
It's very problematic for him trying to get on his nerve. Ciryl is very agile and Pereira is very stationary. And he doesn't officially have a wrestling that can respond. But again, he might be working on something that we haven't seen yet. But Cyryl's style is different and give him an edge on this case.
Jorge Masvidal kept it honest and said the opening rounds are going to be brutally difficult for Pereira. Gane's footwork is genuinely elite, his defensive awareness is sharp, and he has the ability to make an opponent look completely off their game in the early going when timing and rhythm haven't been established yet.
I think he has a tough time the first 2 rounds. I think he ends up getting a late stoppage.
He's definitely, as the later rounds go on, I think he's gonna have the advantage because he has such experience in longer fights.
I think Gane's footwork, those first 2 rounds are going to be very hard to get by that defense, you know. He keeps your range and he keeps you just at arm's length as he's moving away.
Will Gane try to wrestle or make it ugly, clinch, put him against the fence? I think that's what he needs to do, especially early.
I think if he feels, oh shit, this dude is scary, I think he's shooting.
He's gonna feel it.
Max Holloway made it personal. He said he would love to pick Pereira, which feels genuine coming from someone who clearly appreciates what Poatan represents in combat sports. But Holloway ultimately believes Gane is coming in with an exceptionally smart game plan, the kind that has been designed to win.
Alex Pereira or Gane? I would like to say Alex Pereira, but I think Gane is going to fight really smart, bro. I think Gane going to fight really smart against him. Pereira's a legend if you get, bro, first 3-time 3-division champ, bro. That'd be crazy.
Joe Rogan brought something up on a recent episode of the Jura MMA show that does not get nearly enough attention in this conversation. Pereira is now walking around at 250 pounds, roughly 70 pounds heavier than when he first stepped into the UFC. When someone breaks that down for you, it hits differently.
The problem with being the bigger, stronger guy in the lighter weight class is you're never the faster guy. And so you've got to be able to maul that person to be effective. And it only lasts for a certain amount of time if you had to dehydrate yourself to that point. Where speed is always there when someone has it to a point, unless they get tired, and that speed is hard for you to handle.
Israel Adesanya, who has that whole complicated and fascinating history with Pereira, came out publicly and said he wants his old rival to win. What made the take land differently was that it wasn't hollow. He acknowledged that Gane is legitimately slick, that the man can move and outmaneuver opponents at an elite level, and that he genuinely carries knockout power of his own.
I hope Alex wins. That's crazy. Like 3 times. Yeah. Gane's no joke, and Gane can dance around him. Gane's slick to knock him out as well. But I think Alex can knock him out too.
Mike Winkeljohn is one of those names where you stop and pay attention when you see his take. The man has worked with some of the most dangerous strikers in the history of combat sports, so his eye for the fine details of striking is in a completely different category from most.
Alex has the power. He has some scary power. That is one big man. I think Ciryl has a lot of finesse type of things that are out there. I'm leaning toward Alex in this one a little bit. I really am. But it's kind of a toss-up. There's no doubt about it. I think at the end of the day, there's something about the left hook that Alex has that might catch Ciryl. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but if I could gamble a little bit on money, of course I can't gamble on it. That's what I would think, but just a little bit, because gosh, two talented guys that can fight. Cyril, he's an incredible athlete that you never know. I mean, look, he threw a little inside body kick that hit Tai Tabusa. I think the thing what it was that I was impressed with, just in his close spaces, he can hurt you. He can hurt you all over the place. There's so many places that man can hurt you. So it's gonna be an exciting fight either way.
Jiří Procházka adds something to this conversation that cannot really be replicated. The Czech light heavyweight contender has been knocked out by Pereira not once but twice, both times in UFC title fights, which is about as high stakes as it gets. And yet he openly cheers for the man who finished him on both occasions.
I believe Alex can do that. When I saw him, like, his weight is going up, and he's strong enough, and in a stand-up, I believe he will be better.
Cortez Acosta sparked some genuine debate with a take that goes against the gut instinct of most fans. He made the argument that Gane is actually the better striker of the two, and the foundation of that argument is not about power, it is about versatility and adaptability.
Oh, you believe that Ciryl Gane beats Alex Pereira, right?
In like a points, yeah. But there'd be like a 2x2 punch, I think Alex Pereira.
So you're not sure who wins. It could go either way. I guess
either way.
Who do you want to fight for the title?
Either way. I know it no matter who win, both of them as Pereira win, I want to fight win, or Ciryl Gane win, I want to fight. No matter what person is.
Who's the better striker between the two?
Ciryl Gane.
You think Ciryl Gane's a better striker than Pereira?
Yeah, I think so, because it's more versatile, like moving back,
athletic.
Moving front side. Yeah, this is
Dynamic.
In dynamic in that kind of martial art. In boxing is different.
Sure.
You know, in martial arts, Ciryl Gane have a more
well-rounded.
Michael Bisping raised some legitimate concerns after sparring footage from Pereira's camp started making the rounds online. For what it is worth, Pereira has been preparing down in Cibralha, Brazil, with a serious team in place longtime coach Plinio, Glover Teixeira, a trainer named Yusri, and heavyweight prospect Jonata Diniz are all involved in the camp.
Rebelis is a massive guy, ridiculously big, and he has got serious knockout power, sticking Pereira with the jabs, with the 1-2s, with the hooks. Pereira takes the shots well, though, and he goes forward and he's not deterred. He fires back, catches Raspelis there, but Raspelis fires back as well. Doesn't seem too concerned with the shots, but granted, they're wearing 16-ounce sparring gloves. It's not the same as wearing 4-ounce gloves. So, when I said this doesn't look good for Pereira, if you're going to be a critic and look for reasons to dissect and reasons to maybe put your money on Ciryl Gane, then this would obviously influence you to do that, because he is trying to do the impossible.
Artem Bakatov might be the most underrated perspective in this entire conversation, and that feels like a genuine oversight. The Russian light heavyweight kickboxing veteran has actually competed against Pereira twice in the ring, with each man picking up 1 win apiece. Nobody outside of a very small circle knows what Pereira looks like under real pressure, responding to a specific style, the way Vakitov does.
Do you think it's smart for him to gain that much weight, or do you think it would be smarter for him to stay on the same weight, around the same weight that he's been fighting at?
Мы видим, Алекс все равно по габаритам большой, он, как бы, я думаю, для него набрать вес это не проблема была, но это именно нужно набрать грамотно и умно. Если ты просто набрал там, ну, видно, что у него по фигуре, как бы сейчас видно, что лишнего веса немножко добавилось, он, наверное, это мысли такие были, что в борьбе будет легче, но я скажу, что это не плюс ему идет в ударной технике, потому что это, во-первых, нужно... Ciryl это природный тяж, который всю жизнь боксировал в весе, а Алекс это там с 85, да, начинал там боксировать в кейкбоксинге, там и 93. И я думаю, вот этот набор прям такого большого веса, что он почти сравнялся с весом Ciryla, но не в его пользу сыграет точно.
So who do you think wins this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more MMA content like this.